47, 48 years.
John?
Be 3 years this Christmas.
Okay.
Just trying to make a better living.
Did you, was that something that you always wanted to do? Driving trucks?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Wasn't a whole lot to do back then. Drive a truck.
What about you, John? What made you decide to start driving?
Part of the restaurant business.
Okay.
You know, day to day, trying to keep the thing open, the struggle, and I had two of the best teachers I could ever had opportunity. They trained me and showed me, so I jumped on it. Started out just part time, and here I am full time.
Did you do anything prior to driving, or have you been driving your entire time, 40-something plus years?
We farmed on to start out with, and so when I got old enough to start driving, that's what I started doing, working the co-op down in Houston. Went from there.
John, what about you? You talked a little bit about the restaurant business, so what did you do before you started driving?
Restaurant. I started when I was 15 at Johnny's car hopping. I've had jobs here and there, but I've always ended up back in the restaurants. But those days is behind me. So, you couldn't pay me to take a restaurant now.
So you said you got tired of the day-to-day hustle and bustle of the restaurant business? Because I know for myself, I visited John's Place when you had John's Place, and you had another restaurant down in Tupelo. So, but just
Double Barrel in Shannon, then we brought it to Tupelo. And it just wasn't. It's not like it was in the old days. It's just that's a hard business to keep the doors open. Especially, I would hate to do it now during all this COVID. You can't get food, and the price is so high. So I don't miss it.
Don't miss it. So you just, after seeing your dad and your brother, who's gone on to heaven, and so you just decided to go ahead, thought about getting into trucking.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked to Robert it was like on a Saturday. He was going to Clarksdale one Sunday. I said, "All right, we gonna talk to you." And I went with him, and I told him what I was wanting to do, and he said, "Well, I don't think you'll ever make it." He said, "But I'll show you all I can." He was tough. Daddy had more patience than Robert, but I wouldn't have it no other way. You can't buy that at no school.
No, you can't. Mr. Wooten, do you have your CB name in your truck?
I don't call me Pop. Some of David don't do the same.
He was night owl for a long time when he worked at night.
Okay. What about you, John? You got your CB name?
Yep, they call me Snap.
Snap. And what's that come from?
Well, my brother's handle was Pigtail.
Okay.
And it wasn't nothing to do with a pig. He drove off on a trailer one time and tore all his pigtails loose. So they called him Pigtail, but over the years they thought it was like a curly little pigtail. And then when I started, they just started calling me Snap. Like Pig Snap.
To go kind of go inside with your pigtail and Snap. Yeah. So since you brought him up, tell me something about your brother and how long he had been driving. And as I stated earlier, he's no longer with us. So can you tell me some about your brother and how long he drove and everything?
When did he start driving? He worked the Stone Container up there. That's where he started driving.
He was in his early 20s when he started.
I think he told me this would have been his 32nd or 33rd year driving.
Oh, wow.
He's been over here, I guess, 4 years, 5 years now. He drove for FedEx Freight, GBC up in Boone. We drove for Ashley. But I think it made his home here.
Okay. And who do you all drive for now?
Williams Logistics.
Okay. And so that was, this is the last place he drove for before he passed away. And what was his date of death? It was this year, right?
March the 13th.
Okay.
He came in March the 12th. He had come in that Friday night off a run.
Yeah, I remember you telling me y'all had gone and hung out at Sharpshooters.
We did.
That night.
13th
So.
to the 15th.
He died on the 13th. It was on Saturday. March the 13th.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about the guy gone to Sharpshooters that night before. So, was he excited about having you become part of the trucking family?
He was after he finally got me, or I guess where he thought he needed me. Because I won't ever forget it, Carmen. Me and him and another guy, which is Gary Kistner, that was his running buddy. They called him 3M, and we had all three went to Virginia, and he had given me the hardest time that week, all the way up there, all the way back, and I finally just told him, I said, will you just get off of it? I said, I've had enough. And we was coming in, and we come by the mall, and he hollered at me on the CB. He said, "How long you been driving now?" And I told him. He said, "Okay." Well, we circled in right out here and was backing in, and he pulled up and took a picture of me, and he put it on Facebook how proud he was of me. If I can find that, I'll send it to you.
Please do.
And ever since that, he just loosened up on me, and he'd give me a hard time at just picking.
Yeah. Well, that's what siblings do, though. So they gonna give you a hard time.
And Robert said, "You're gonna get on the door. You need me to come up there and do it." And I said, "Why don't you just shut up?" And then Gary told me, he said, "Robert, why don't you just hush? You don't know what you're talking about." Well, the boy when coming out, his trailer had come off his truck, and I couldn't get in there. And then, like I said, coming back, I finally just told him, I said, I've had enough. and he asked me that. He said, "How long you been driving?" And I told him. And when I pulled in, I hear was backing in. He took that picture and put that on Facebook, how proud he was of me. And he said, "I didn't think he'd ever make it."
Now he down here watching down on you, watching over you. So.
Oh, yeah, some of this stuff we run up on, I said, that's just Robert messing with us. We sure miss him, though. He was a good one.
I know it.
He was a hard trainer, but I wouldn't have had it no other way.
That's true. It's a hard knock life. He gave you the hard lesson so that way he made you tough out there on the road. So
that boy I've been helping. I was helping him back the other day, and he said, "Man, you sure got a lot of patience." I said, "Well, I got that from Daddy." I said, "You wouldn't have liked my brother a whole lot." I said, "He'd just tell you how sorry you was."
Now tell what you said. Your nickname. He said you ain't nothing but a what? A fry what?
Blowed up fry cook. You ain't ever blowed up fry cook. You ain't ever make your steering wheel holder is what he called it.
You showed him, didn't you?
We
showed him. That's
but
funny.
I'm thankful for him. I am.
That's good.
Sure am.
What's the longest number, days, weeks, months? Because I don't know if you do long haul, short end. So do you recall the longest that you've ever been away from your family?
5 days at a time.
Okay. Do you like doing the long distance driving, or do you like coming back and forth every day? What's your favorite way to do it?
Well, I like that long haul, but I like being at home too.
Gotcha. John, what about you?
4 days was all as long as I was out.
Okay.
I like both sides of it, but we home every night now. Every once in a while I'll go, do a road run if we're short, but I like being home at night.
Gotcha.
Just getting the goods to the people, trying to help the economy out.
And that give you satisfaction when you know that you've delivered that load, that product that merchant is waiting on and waiting for.
Yeah.
And what about you, John?
Well, it makes you feel good in your own time and not late.
Yeah.
And the worst feeling you get trying to deal with is traffic every day.
Yeah.
It's like playing dodgeball.
Because I'm sure, like you said, being out there on the road and accidents and things like that, do you all see a lot of accidents on the road day-to-day traveling?
Yes, I saw a bad wreck Wednesday morning up on Interstate 40. It ain't every day, but it's out there, around every turn.
Yeah. What's the best thing that you like about driving?
Payday.
That's a good one right there.
They're pretty good, buddy. Got good boss man, so
it makes a difference.
something to look forward to.
That's true. John, what about you?
I like it because when we leave here, we pretty much our own boss. It's like working for yourself. Cause like Dad said, we got a good boss. He don't bother us, and I love getting paid. That restaurant, you pay everybody else, and most of the time it wasn't much left for you.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that payday on Friday.
What's the hardest thing, Mr. Wooten, about driving?
All this traffic out there on the road, you have to watch for yourself and for them too.
John?
That's true. Number one's going to be the traffic, because due to the cell phone usage now. And it ain't just cars. There's a lot of truckers out there that you see riding down the road on their phone. And then the weather, you take this rain and these things that, a lot of times these cars come up beside you, Carmen, and they won't even have a light on. And you can't see them, that spray coming off, next thing you know, you done run over somebody if you ain't watching. So like I say, you're playing dodgeball all day long. You can't stop these trucks either.
Like the other morning, I was going up to 18 Richards up there, and there's a car passed me right there as you turn to go into Southern Motion. It's on the same little road there. He just whooped right in front of him. It raining. Stuff like that, what makes it so bad.
Yeah. I mean, and it makes it dangerous too, because like Lance was saying, you can't stop.
Well, them jokers will come by you, cut you off, and then go up a ramp.
Yeah, it's crazy. John told me that Lance, so it's gonna be another generation of maybe a future potential driver. So Lance, what gives you the interest of wanting to do transportation?
My uncle.
Uncle.
Dad,
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. And how old are you now?
14.
14. So do you want to make a career out of it and maybe one day own your own truck, own fleet?
I ain't gonna do that. I just want to drive.
Gotcha. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So
Yeah, 'cause I'm gonna keep up with that old man today, and I run as hard as I could. I didn't stop. At the end of the day, I come in, boy, I had me a stack of bills. I had 6 or 8 bills. He had about a dozen. Can't keep up with him. I mean, he's like old gear, just keeps on turning and never stops.
Listen, what you say? You say you 78. You can work 4 days a week, huh?
That's right.
It still works circles.
Still got 2 bad days.
And still working circles around this one. That's fun.
That board that dropped off server bill, that board. He talking about, well, I done board he did or something like that. They said, no, he did. Said he done brought one stack of bills.
What advice would you give to someone that's interested in driving?
Get out there and find somebody that do like we did, work with you, show you everything that they kind of know to do anyway. Just do the best they can and make somebody a good hand.
John?
That's my thoughts exactly. Just listen to whoever's trying to help you. You know, just hope and pray that you have somebody to help you like I had. And I've actually been working with a guy that he come right out of driving school, and I've been working with him about a month. He's driving good, but it's the hardest part is, you know, getting you back in down. Some of these places are tight. Just learn how to back, pay attention, constantly pay attention.
Well, I want to thank the Wooten, so Mr. Johnny Wooten, John Wooten, and Lance Wooten. I thank you all for your time today. Thank you, truck drivers, for all that you do and bringing us everything that we have in our houses, our homes, our jobs, our church, everything. So thank y'all for your time today. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.